April the 16th, 2002, opening night for one of the most expensive stage musicals ever staged in Britain. Behind the cheers and applause lies a story almost as magical as the show itself. 9 months of tears and toil by a cast and crew who took on the challenge of turning a legendary movie into a theatrical hit. Our story begins here in London's Mayfair, the headquarters of Bond, James Bond. It was here that the film producer, Cubby Broccoli, transformed Ian Fleming's 007 books into the most successful series of action films the world has ever seen. But Fleming and Broccoli also collaborated on another very different book, the mythical story of a flying car which became one of the most enduring children's movies of all time, Chitty, Chitty, Bang, Bang. Released in 1968, the film starred Dick Van Dyke and a young girl called Sally Ann Howes. Me. For years, the Broccoli family harbored an ambition to turn the movie into a stage show. 34 years on, and their dream has been realized, with a little help from the cream of British theatre talent and hundreds of children.
Oh yes, go, go, oh you, pretty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you. Out in chitty chitty bang bang, chitty chitty bang bang, what we'll do.
The writers of the Oscar-nominated original film music, Richard and Robert Sherman, are also doing the stage show. They've written some of the most famous film scores ever: The Aristocats, The Jungle Book, The Slipper and the Rose, and Mary Poppins. For Chitty, the stage musical, the brothers have composed 5 new songs.
Barbara, the daughter of Dana and Cubby Broccoli, is the same little girl that I used to play songs to when I was writing the original scores with my brother for the movie. And their little girl, Angelica, is now sitting on her mother's lap listening to the same songs that I played when she was sitting on Cubby's lap.
Chitty's arrived. Wow, how cool is that?
But this Chitty will not be starring at the London Palladium. It cannot fly. The road to stardom on the stage demands a car that can perform spectacular tricks. For this show, production designer Anthony Ward has created some of the most spectacular sets ever seen on the stage, and work on the scenery started 6 months before opening night.
This, without question, has been one of the happiest companies I've ever worked with. They're just a complete joy.
I'd like to meet your father. Hop in.
Children are natural actors. They're natural mimics. They're natural performers. They have natural joy. And you have to create an environment and an atmosphere in which they can feel free to let all of those attributes out.
I was in the original.
For dancer Ray C. Davis, this is a special engagement. 34 years ago, when he was just 24, he was one of the original bamboo dancers working with Dick Van Dyke. Now he's dancing with Michael Ball.
First one's in, second one is...
Gillian Lynn is the show's choreographer. Renowned for her award-winning work on Cats and Phantom of the Opera, she brings to the stage a successful blend of classic dance techniques and modern twists. One of the most memorable characters from the original film is the notorious child catcher. This wickedly dark figure haunted the dreams of children who saw the film, and a similar sinister excitement is hoped for from the stage version. Richard O'Brien gets the chance to work with his child catcher's cart. But preying on his mind is his big exit being swung in a net more than 100 feet above the theatre seats.
I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to engineer it, because the swing, I'm not supposed to, well, I can. I'm not supposed to, but I will. The swing is from about here up in the air. I would rather wish it was somebody else.
The Sweet Factory is the biggest set in the show, owned by Truly's father, Lord Scrumptious. During the musical number Toot Sweets, Potts attempts to persuade his lordship to market his new invention. It's the most complex routine in the show and involves most of the cast and dozens of props and intricate dance movements.
I want that still moment. Then he goes, if you see perfection in sugar confection.
Sweets is really hard. Toot Sweets, because it's we all remember it from the film, and you know, they had however 12 days I think to film it and however many retakes. We can't do it like that. And the idea of at the end 10 dogs then piling onto the stage, it's all very well in rehearsal going, yeah, and then 10 dogs arrive.
Audience after audience who are not theatre goers, who are coming for something magical, and they get it.
A little highlight in here, not too much. I don't know why. It makes the bags look, it pronounces the bags. The whole shape comes together when you go.
From Hushabye Mountain softly blows your lullaby, babe.
And there's the hat, you see. And we're all set, ready to rock and roll.
It's not a job for a grown man, really, is it?
For Michael Ball, it's the moment of truth. After months of sweat, tears and sore feet, his Caractacus Potts must face me old bamboo and dance.
Me old bamboo, me old bamboo, you better never bother me old bamboo. You can have me out to me bumper shoot, but you better never bother me old bamboo.
And then as soon as the number finishes, I'm then on to the rest of the show. I don't have a time to breathe. I'm off into the next scene. So it's about stamina and about pacing it.
This is why I've lost about a stone since starting this show.
Well, I am doing my best. Stop.
And all the other guys get to have a kit to the interval. I've got the act to do.
For 18-year-old Emma Williams, the premiere is the finale of a dream come true.
What do you see? You people gazing at me. You see a doll on a music box that's bound by a key.
For Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the car, it's crunch time. After 9 months in the making, at a cost of £750,000, tonight's the night for flying.
You cannot explain it, which really, I think, is really what the theatre's about. It's about mystery.
If you touch magic, you're lucky.